Joining us, former Director in Immigrations and Customs Enforcement under President Obama, Sarah Saldana. Always good to have you. Operation Metro Surge is over. There are some officers remaining. Can you help me understand what you believe that means?
This was a specific operation in which they amassed a bunch of officers and agents and people from other agencies to come into Minneapolis to address what they saw the need to pick up thousands of people. So that's Operation Surge. That if that has ended, then they'll recall all those agents specifically brought in for that. There's always an ICE presence in Minneapolis. I believe they may have an ERO field office there because it's a large enough community. But so there will be agents there. Now, Tom, in his comments, said something about ensuring protesters are under control. I think that's what he said. That baffles me a little bit. I'm not sure why that is necessary if these people are going to withdraw. That's what brought on the protesters, was this mass deployment of officers. So on that part, I'm a little confused. But there will always be operations in major communities to ensure that if there are removable people, they can be found and dealt with appropriately.
Let me play what the head of ICE said is going to happen next with the agency in the Senate today. He's testifying.
Where are those ICE agents going to go next?
They'll return back to the home station, sir.
Are you going to refrain from using this type of surge tactic in other states after you've seen just the level of crisis and lack of confidence and just the chaos that it unleashed in Minnesota?
Sir, one thing for sure is there's no ICE officer or special agent that wanted that type of chaos that you referred to happen. I think going forward now, I think you see more after the conversations with officials in Minneapolis and the state of Minnesota, what, partnership can look like as far as local level.
Does that sound to you like lessons learned?
No, and I believe there was another congressperson, if not this one, a senator actually, who stated specifically, what lessons have you learned? And apparently the only response was, these people need to get out of our way. So no, that does not sound like any kind of, I don't even want to say mea culpa, but just some acknowledgement that things can improve in the way operations occur. I hope there are not these large surges, because it requires, obviously, a lot more agents and officers than ICE has itself. And bringing in these other folks fully armed, and with the directives that have been coming out of the administration to pick up people at all costs, is just exacerbating the situation. So I am hopeful that perhaps, and I see that the mayor is going to be on one of your programs tonight, that others can look and see that perhaps there is some middle ground where there can be some cooperation with persons that they have identified that both sides agree are appropriate for removal, apprehension, and then obviously ICE to remove them.
How do those conversations happen? And I'm asking this. I really want to know, how do they happen in this extremely hot environment where so many voters think ICE has gone way too far, Americans think ICE has gone way too far, don't have confidence in this administration, and might be looking toward their local officials to not engage with the federal government? Or is there a way to engage meaningfully and safely, constructively, given ICE's reputation at the moment?
Well, that is one of the most disappointing things that has occurred here, is this undermining the position of ICE. You need to drop back the curtain and let the public see what you're doing and be honest and direct with them. And when you came out with statements like you did right after the killings of Miss Good and Mr. Preddy, it just shot that out of the water. So it's going to be a process. It's going to take some time. I personally went and visited with state and local officials in New York, California, other places where we're trying to open the door to communications. It's very possible. Not everyone has to deal with ICE in the same way. You can tailor a cooperation agreement where both sides have a clear understanding of who you're going to be apprehending, and the cases in which the state and local government can say, yes, this makes a lot of sense to me. If it's going to be people that have been picked up in a random roving patrol, that's going to be a problem. But there are conversations that can be had. And maybe Congress, I'm an eternal optimist, will find some way to impose measures that will help state and local governments come back to the table as opposed to where things stand now.
Well, I mean, I don't want to burst the optimism bubble, but the DHS funding bill has failed a procedural vote in the Senate, so things aren't looking good as of today, at least for the moment. Sarah Saldana, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.